Good morning. You're listening to First Talk with Hal Rowe on WHKY, talk radio for the Greater Hickory Metro. You know, if you hear that theme song, it's time for Chamber Chat, where we find out what's happening with your Catawba County Chamber of Commerce. Join us this morning, President of the Chamber, Lindsay Kiesler. Always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for joining us, ma'am.
Good morning, Hal. Thanks for having us.
Thinking about it, you had a long day at the golf tournament the other day, because when I showed up, you had been there since the grab-and-go breakfast, and you were one of the last ones to leave. But it had to be a fun day, but a long day for you.
It was a fun day. It is a long day, but I'm telling you, it goes quickly because of the energy that the players bring and the sponsors bring and volunteers. So thank you always for showing up. And if you all saw, check social media to see Hal's outfit that he wore. He really showed out. He didn't just show up, he showed out.
God bless you, sweetheart. Tell me a little bit about what we're going to talk about this morning, and bring us up, because you did just a great little less than 60-second elevator speech for just a second ago for HKY for vets, and we're going to meet Niles Larson this morning, who's involved with that. But tell me, bring me back up to speed. I'm familiar with it, but would you say about 7 years now, 8 years, something like that?
Yeah, so 7 years ago, this is a partnership between the Catawba County Economic Development Corporation and the Chamber of Catawba County. So we co-founded this effort to recruit transitioning military, also those that are in the reserves, or even military family members, to fill great positions in great careers and companies here in the Greater Hickory Metro. And so we've done that in a number of ways over the years. Now we are focusing on, we have a very digital strategy, as well as, but a high touch, still focus on a high touch, very personalized effort, one-on-one, to ensure that those that are transitioning into the civilian sector receive the assistance they need, and also we match them with a great career and company here. So we're thrilled to really take our strategy to a whole new level, and bringing on board with us our first fellow. Okay. So Niles Larson is serving as our Director of Operations for HKY for Vets. And I know you're going to get into introducing him as well, but he comes with a military background, so 20 years in the Air Force, and just retired about a month ago.
Very good.
So during his transition to his next career, he's going to spend some time helping us with HKY for Vets.
Very good. Mr. Niles, thank you. Mr. Niles Larson, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
20 years in the United States Air Force?
20 solid years.
20 solid years.
Change.
And is it called the MOS?
No, in the Air Force, we use Air Force Specialty Code, so
okay.
AFSC.
Okay, so what your job was? What did you do in the Air Force?
I was a Special Operations Joint Terminal Attack Controller, so I called in airstrikes for all the Army, Navy, Marines, every Special Operation units throughout the Department of Defense.
Now, when you say called in the strikes, were you the guy on the headset?
Guy on the headset, on the ground, in the mud with all the guys out forward.
Wow, did you out forward?
Yes, sir.
So did you ever laser target? You did that?
Yes, sir.
So Tom Clancy stuff?
I wouldn't quite put it there, but I had my fair share of action.
Well, thank you for your service to our country, sir. We certainly do appreciate it. With HKY for Vets, so important to get people plugged in. And I'm going to go back for just a second. I don't want to just put that to the side. Thank you very much for your service to our country. You could have probably done anything getting out of high school, college. I don't know where it was. You could have done anything, but you chose to serve our country. So I never want to just kind of say I want to sincerely say thank you very much for your service to our country. Don't want to just put that off to the side or just kind of a nod. I want to sincerely let you know I do appreciate that, because we need the best and the brightest in service to our country. Without us, God knows where we'd be. So sincerely, thank you for your service.
No, thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome, Lindsay. Thank you for taking me on. It really means a lot to come home and be welcomed. Started off at LR playing football here.
Did you really?
Yes, sir. Married a Hickory girl.
So you are definitely back here. There's no doubt about it. You're coming back here.
As much as I drug my beautiful wife and my kids around the country, she looked at me one day and says, "I want to go home."
Right.
And I had no response other than when and where. So
good.
We moved home and been welcomed, and I'm just proud to be a part of something, a great organization and a great community that Lindsay and Nate started almost 7 years ago.
And, that brings up a great point for HKY for Vets, because it's not just you who's been in service. It's been your family as well.
Correct, sir.
Who have moved to different areas in the sacrifices they make day in and day out.
Yes, sir.
So is it good, you think? I'm thinking it's a great idea to have somebody as a fellow with because you're a vet talking to a vet. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they're all different branches of the service. Air Force doesn't fight wars, they win wars. Have I heard that somewhere?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're smiling, right? Yeah, but you get a chance to talk to folks so that you could answer some of the questions that they may specifically have that other folks might not have any idea what they're talking about.
Yes, sir. And the beauty of this position is, like you said, not only is it we speak the same language, but I'm also going through it relatively quick with the transition process.
Right.
So I understand the struggles, the hurdles, the roadblocks all coming up, and can help coach, teach, mentor those vets, along with translate for our business partners as well, and onboard them when they're looking for service connection individuals too.
Very good. So this is something I guess this position is brand new. Have you been? Lindsay was talking. Ms. Kiesler was talking about high touch digital. Have you been actually meeting one-on-one, and have you started that digital approach and reaching out to some of the folks?
Yes, sir. Actively every day, I'm beating up the digital webs. Meeting virtually with our business partners and intake of some of our local veterans.
Oh, really?
Interested in the area, some guardsmen and some reservemen who are looking to transition, but also received a couple interests from outside active duty members from Norfolk and Alabama that are looking to transition back into the Hickory metro area as well too.
Well, I want to say just bring them all in. They're vets, so okay. But otherwise, I mean, we need to keep this quiet.
Yeah.
It's such a great
It's hard.
area.
We've all seen the media and the news reports saying, Hickory is one of the best metro areas to move to.
Does that help?
It does. It does. One, it helps with our branding. People are realizing Hickory metro region.
Right.
And then two, it's also bringing national attention to our area for business partners as well, too.
So that when you're talking with an airman up in Norfolk, they've heard of it. They've heard of the Hickory area.
Yeah, they've either heard of it because of our university systems or our ties to the manufacturing community, or they've heard of it through the news reports saying, most affordable places to live with the housing markets and everything else. So it opens up the door for those conversations as well, too. So,
what are you saying to the vets? And we got just seconds left. What are you saying to the vets? What's the number one thing you want them to know when you're talking about the greater Hickory Metro and our area? What's the biggest selling point you've got for them?
That we're a growing community and we support the military family,
right?
And we've got places and opportunity for them to grow here in Hickory as a family.
Very good. And I think that's probably important for people, whether they got just the one tour in, whether they got 20 in. They're looking for a place where they can grow, where they can take their talents and abilities and be able to bring them to a place where they'll be appreciated and where they can thrive.
And the support from the community is outstanding. As I've been here for about a month now, business partners, civic leaders, and our private leaders as well have all embraced me at the golf tournament all the way through individual meetings as well, too. So nothing but support from the region, from both our partners and our vets. And we got a great coach mentor program we're getting running here in the region.
Very nice meeting, Mr. Niles Larson.
Yes, sir.
We'll make sure I got that right. HKY for vets. If you're a veteran, have maybe a son, a daughter, whomever that's interested in possibly relocating to this area, find out more about HKY for vets. It's a cooperative program between the EDC and your Catawba County Chamber of Commerce.